Let me just make sure that I share sound. All right. Can everyone see my slides okay? Okay, perfect. All right. So I will be talking about another really famous and anticipated feature of Super Bowl ads, which are celebrities, something that a lot of people look forward to in these commercials. And so I'm going to be presenting my work with my classmates Zoe and Emma. And, it's no mystery that we have seen a rise of celebrity endorsements in Super Bowl ads. I think more and more we notice how many celebrities each brand is using in these commercials. We know it takes a lot of money, it's a huge investment. And so we just really want to understand why brands use celebrities in these Super Bowl ads and how they're using these celebrities to generate talk and engagement and really brand likability and awareness. And so, yeah, A-list celebrities, they provide like an instant relevance to these ads and the brands, while social media influencers, which is more so like in these recent years, they engage the younger, more social media savvy audiences. Um, just just to support why it's so interesting to look at celebrities in Super Bowl ads. So this was a study done where they looked at Super Bowl ads from 2017 to 2022, and they saw that there was a rise in celebrities in these ads. It was from 44% to 2022, 63%. And, we're missing data obviously here from 2023, 2024, and now this year. But I'm sure that these numbers would also be a little bit like the 2022 numbers. We were also really interested in this last Super Bowl. I was watching it just to work on our presentation, and then I went to the 2025 USA Today Ed Meter ratings, and we saw that from the top 10 ads of the Ed Meter ratings, seven of them had two or more celebrities in it. So really brands are really making use of this feature on their commercials. And so to try to fit everything into a theory, we're using the elaboration likelihood model to try and explain why they're using celebrities in Super Bowl ads. And so, for the elaboration likelihood model, we have two ways of processing things. So one is the central root, which is very, deeply analyzing things. It's very high involvement. You're, really paying attention to the messages, to everything that you're seeing and hearing, while the peripheral route is more of a low involvement route. So you're not that engaged, you're not deeply analyzing anything. So you depend more on those peripheral cues. So things like celebrities and humor. And so now that we kind of understand why brands use celebrities, the question is if, the usage of celebrities really work and improve Super Bowl ads, and how brands are using these celebrities to improve their Super Bowl ads. So interestingly enough, celebrities slightly underperform in likability and effectiveness than, with non-celebrity ads. And so you might be thinking, then why are they still using celebrities in ads if it's so expensive? And, it's a combination of a lot of things. So having just a celebrity face is not enough. You really have to pair that with something else and make sure that the celebrity, the message, the delivery are well done and they fit in together in the ad. Yeah, so kind of trying to understand the relationship between humor and celebrity in some of the ads. Humor plus celebrity is better than either alone, but it is kind of hard to execute successfully. There can be misalignment issues. So, a study saw that having a funny endorser in a serious ad wasn't very well received, while having a serious endorser in a humorous ad was positively received. So I think everyone likes the more uh, more just things that are spontaneous. And I think I'm gonna show two examples of ads, and they're both, one is for crypto, so the digital currency, and the other one is for FTX, which is, cryptocurrency exchange. So very controversial topics. One was done with Matt Damon, and it has more of a serious tone, and the other is Larry Davis, and it's a more funny ad. So I'm just going to show that to you just for contrast.
History is filled with almosts, with those who almost adventured, who almost achieved, but ultimately, for them it proved to be too much. Then there are others, the ones who embrace the moment and commit. And in these moments of truth, these men and women, these mere mortals, just like you and me, as they peer over the edge, they calm their minds and steel their nerves with four simple words that have been whispered by the intrepid since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
So a little bit more trying to appeal for the emotional, a little bit more serious. And then this is Larry Davis for the FTX Super Bowl ad.
I call it the wheel.
I don't think so.
What does it do?
It rolls.
Yeah, so does a bagel, okay? A bagel you can eat. One of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
Brother David, behold, the fork.
I got 10 forks right here, baby! Am I right? My lord?
What is it?
A toilet, my lord. A toilet? You expect this court to do its business inside? We're not animals. We go outside like humans.
It's coffee. It's new.
Oh, it's awful.
You don't like it?
I'm all jittery and feel like I got a big job coming on.
Hancock, you sign first.
No king! Gentlemen, have you taken leave of your senses?
The people shall have the right to vote.
Even the stupid ones?
Yes.
Stupid people vote?
Yes.
Edison, can I be honest with you? It stinks. Does your wife know what's going on here?
She knows I go to work.
You're wasting your time, and it's sad. You might as well put the dishes in the shower. Hey, Captain, what's cooking?
We're putting a man on the moon.
Are you out of your mind? I can't even get tuna without celery. Nobody's gone to the moon, ever.
Why not?
It's too far. It's far. It's really far. It's far.
我々の未来はポータブルミュージックです。
バカかバカかわかるだろうわかるだろうわかるだろう
出て行け。
みんないるのか怖いんだあだからバタリがいつも言えるぞバタリどこバタリ
Like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff. Never. Franklin! Hey, I left my cane in there. What? What do you mean? Hey, that's an expensive cane!
Yeah, so I think it's just to show, obviously in hindsight, this is really funny because both things are very, very controversial, and FTX actually went bankrupt. But it's funny because one, the Matt Damon commercial was released in the Super Bowl of 2021, and the FTX was 2022. In 2021, Matt Damon received a lot of critique for this ad. And while Larry Davis, while now people look back and think, oh, that was really dumb of him to make a Super Bowl commercial for FTX, given, all of the controversy. But he didn't receive the same scrutiny. And I really think it's because of the peripheral cues. You know, you're using humor and making things lighter. And even a New York Times post that ranks Super Bowl ads put Larry Davis Super Bowl ad in their top 10. I think it was fourth. So just to show how, you know, it's the same message, different brands, but kind of the same idea, same topic, but it was received very differently. So humors, I think, really can help with certain topics. So yeah, so just to go back to the elaboration likelihood model, and you know the use of peripheral cues to really help engage this Super Bowl audience that's not really trying to deeply analyze anything. I think the Matt Damon commercial really gave room for people to overthink, because it's just wasn't really funny. You're not paying attention to anything but the message. Oops. Right. And then there's also an article that looked at past literature to see what really makes celebrity endorsement effective. And there were, a lot of reasons, but I want to highlight two of them. So multiple celebrity endorsements, and celebrity activation. So transferring personal and professional attributes to the brand. Um, and so I want to show just one more commercial, and this one's really funny. I think a lot of people know this one, but it's a very good example of celebrity activation that I'm going to talk about later on.
In Austin, it's 60 degrees with a... Alexa?
Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning, causing a
Alexa lost her voice? How is that even possible?
We have the replacements ready. Just say the word.
And you're sure this is gonna work?
Yeah.
Alexa, show me a recipe for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Pathetic. You're 32 years of age, and you don't know how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Its name is the recipe, you...
Alexa, how far is Mars?
How far is Mars? Well, how am I supposed to know? I've never been there. This guy want to go to Mars. For what? There's not even oxygen there.
Alexa, set the mood.
I don't dance now. I make money moves.
No, Alexa, country music.
I be in and out them banks so much I know they tired of me.
Alexa, call Brandon.
I'm afraid Brandon is a little tied up. But do let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Jessica? Good boy.
Thanks, guys, but I'll take it from here. In Austin,
So I think this is
it's
a really good example of celebrity activation. And it speaks a little bit about also, the parasocial interaction theory. We feel like we know the celebrities, we see their work everywhere. They're very, very famous. So Gordon Ramsay, he's very known for, the comedic verbal abuse, and he's a celebrity, um, uh, uh, reality celebrity. And then you also have Rebel Wilson, doing a lot of rom-coms and comedies. Obviously, Cardi B, famous singer, very well known for her voice also, but very snarky and funny remarks. And then Anthony Hopkins as well, who plays Hannibal Lecter, so very known character as well, very iconic. And this works because, they're using the self-deprecating humor. They're using the fact that we know these celebrities and, use their story to their commercials and to make fun of themselves and the characters that they play and try to fit that into the ad. So I just think it's something that really works and it resonates with a lot of people. I think this ad more so than some others because you have people representing a lot of different age groups, different genders as well. So it really tries to appeal to everyone, and this was an ad that really worked. So it was really, really well received. And then also a little bit more on, self-deprecating humor. I have so many examples that I won't be able to show you guys, but this past Super Bowl, we also had, a Duracell commercial with Tom Brady where he makes reference to a roast that Nikki Glaser, a comedian, made, making fun of him. So that was really funny. So he really uses, our understanding of pop culture and of these celebrities to their advantage in these ads. And this, I don't know if we have time, but this is also from this year's Super Bowl, and it's with Matthew McConaughey. And it also uses the fact that, he's very charismatic. We all know who he is, and he has a really well-known voice, and he's talking about uh, uh, kind of a conspiracy theory with the Super Bowl and food. So if we have time, I'm just going to show that really quickly.
Look, from the very beginning, football's been a conspiracy to make us hungry. Now, let me tell you where it all started.
And we'll call this a pigskin. Make people crave bacon.
And everybody loves bacon.
I love bacon.
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 Ever ask yourself how Buffalo got a team?
These wings deserve a team.
Yeah. I figured out a good team name for Buffalo, Bill. Buffalo. Buffalo.
They do anything to sell food.
Do I have to be called refrigerator?
Yes. Even Payton was in on it.
Omaha! Steak. Omaha! Steak.
And they're still at it. This year, we got a halftime show presented by an apple. In a stadium named after
A salad!
Matthew.
Yeah. Hey.
Sorry. You want me to make a movie about a football conspiracy?
Come on, Greta. Bacon's in.
Everybody loves bacon.
No one believes that football was invented to sell
Food! When football makes you hungry, order Uber Eats.
Look, from the very
Yeah, so just another example of, I think, self-deprecating humor is just, who's going to pay attention to a conspiracy theory? We are, because we like Matthew McConaughey and we like all of these other celebrities that appear in the ad. So it really speaks to everyone, and it's funny and it's really light. It's really engage, like, using peripheral cues just to keep us engaged and generate conversations too.
very
Yeah, so some of the takeaways, I think, from, the analysis that we did, just using celebrities does not guarantee an ad success. Obviously, you need to think about the message that you want to send, and you need to think about what you're pairing with the celebrity. And we saw that humor is a really important factor, and that enhances effectiveness and just makes the brand more likable and more memorable. And so, yeah, you need to really try to fit in, take into consideration that it's the Super Bowl and people are not deeply analyzing anything. They want to watch the Super Bowl ads, I think, in a more lighthearted way. And so I think using humor and these A-list celebrities, people that are really well known, can be a great recipe for success. And then later on, I don't know if we're going to share our slides, but if you're interested in just looking at some of the future research that we were thinking about, you can refer to the slides, and then also our references. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Well done. And also your examples were just great. I had not seen the Super Bowl ad, the 2018 one, with the Alexa, broken Alexa. That made me laugh, which
I'm glad, yeah.
which is good. And watching again the Larry David, I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of Schadenfreude, but it now works at a completely different level. But anyway, it was a very good presentation. Well done.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that it made you laugh a little bit.
Hello.
Oh.
I have a question about effectiveness of an ad. After the Super Bowl, I do see lists of favorite ads in the Super Bowl, the ones we like the best and the funniest ones. There years ago, Advertising Age, I think they're called Ad Age now. They also ranked Super Bowl ads, and and they were most concerned about which ads were likely to sell more product. And that's kind of their perspective on effectiveness. And so I think they tested the ads for things like brand recall. Like, if you see this ad a week later, do you remember what product the ad was advertising? So did you look at effectiveness in terms of how likely it is that the ad would sell products, or was it more most entertaining ads and that kind of thing?
Yeah, we mostly used, New York Times rankings and the ad meter, which really it's trying to gauge public opinion. So not really in purchase intention. And I think that would be a really interesting research question. And if there was a way to really quantify, among all of these Super Bowl ads, which ones are the ones that are more likely to sell, might be a little bit hard, but I think that's really interesting, especially in the model that, we were using to try to explain why celebrities are used in these Super Bowl ads. So elaboration likelihood model. They acknowledge that if you use your peripheral route to process an ad, it leads to more, short-term engagement and recall. While if you process something with, using deeply analyzing something, it leads to less long-lasting changes. So that would be interesting. And I think one of the research questions that we had for future research was exactly what you're saying. So looking at really at purchase intention, I think just beyond trying to engage audiences during the Super Bowl. And also trying to look at, social media stats to see what generates more conversation, which ads generate more conversations. So that would be really interesting.
Because I can see an ad would be very entertaining and very funny, and it's great to see Matt Damon doing this silly thing with Ben Affleck. But if you don't remember at the end of the commercial what the product was that they're advertising, is that really an effective ad? And I would say no, because it was a very expensive ad to produce and to pay for the to air it on the Super Bowl. And if it doesn't sell products, then it's a failure on that dimension. Watching the Super Bowl ads, there were any number of them. You get to the end of the ad and you ask yourself, like, what was that trying to get me to do as a customer? It was interesting. It was kind of fun, but I don't even remember the product really. The images and the humor are not tied to what the product's benefits are, for example. In which case, it's not gonna move many items of the product. One I thought was a little more successful with the Pringles ad, and the Pringles box has this mustache, and the commercial was all about the flying mustache, and so at least that commercial was kind of funny, but it tied directly to the product, the mustache on the product. Although I don't know why that means I should buy Pringles, but okay, it was entertaining, and at least I remember what the ad was advertising. So
Yes,
thank you.
and of course, and no, it's really interesting, your point, especially because, some celebrities appear in more than one ad. So I think it confuses people. Oh, I saw Matthew McConaughey in, the Uber Eats, but I also saw him for another ad. And then it confuses everyone. And, just to reiterate, really it's trying to come up with the best recipe of pairing these celebrities with the message, but also not trying to sound too salesy. So it's a really fine line that brands are trying to walk, to drive more engagement and really stand out in these Super Bowl commercials, because it's a lot of brands trying to stand out, but also to not be the talk because of some negative aspect, or not to fall behind and don't be talked about at all. But yeah, it's super interesting.
And it's also risky if the celebrity then goes on to do something embarrassing for the company. And
Yeah.
like Kanye West has a big line of was he the the guy who had the sneaker line with Adidas, and suddenly they can't sell any sneakers because he's doing all these horrible things that reflect badly on the company. So there's that element of risk too when you use a celebrity in the ad.
Yes, for sure.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
The advertising aspect of selling products, what are the sales afterwards? But then there's also the public relations. And I talked a little before about the association with the brand. And so you're looking for brand likability rather than necessarily a particular product at times, because again, of the entertainment element of the Super Bowl, because in a 30-second ad with everything going on, you can't really give out too much information about the product. So you'll notice that there's almost no information about the product. And so I think the humor fits in well there for the peripheral cue, because it's that entertaining element, and then the humor of people laugh, they get a positive affect, and that hopefully transfers to the brand. And also the positivity of a lot of the comedians that are doing the commercials. There's a lot of comic element that also transfers to the brand as well.
Sure, it's more of an image ad as opposed to we're going to sell 1 million cases of Pepsi Cola after the Super Bowl. Right.
All right, let's thank Carolina and her group of budding humor